Hey guys, welcome to Brick Boy, the show where we review Lego sets, and today we have a Roman, I guess. I think it's the origin of this. It is a Lego board game, and it is Minatorus. It is well, the information is not at the front. It's set number 3841. It's got 211 pieces. Coming in ages 7 and plus, 2 to 4 ages, players 2 to 4, and average time is 20 minutes to half an hour. So yeah, this is the third Lego game I've reviewed and gotten. I got it at the surprise savings day Black Friday thing, and it's a really cool game. It's not as good as Harry Potter, but definitely better than Atlantis Treasure. So yeah, let's first look at the board. So as you can see, it is a very large maze and a base plate. And this one also is probably the most convenient to fit in the Lego box because it fits very well. And it has 3 of each color microfigures. That's 20 microfigures, or not 20, 12 microfigures. And then you also get the really cool Minotaur. It goes like that. And yeah, you might think, how are you supposed to build that giant labyrinth? It sounds really complicated and difficult. Well, inside the box, there is a little piece of cardboard that you can shape around that you can put in on the base plate, and you trace it like that, and then you just build on top of that, or build around that, and make some boards. Now, some of those filled-in spots are these gray walls, and the spots are specific, so younger kids might have a little bit of a difficult time trying to build this. But yeah, let's get to the rules of the game. Basically, you have to get 3 of your, you have to get your little dudes into the color-coded little spot in the middle, and avoiding the Minotaur and using the walls. So yeah, the little dice block, or the die, I got Mario in my head. So yeah, there's 3, 4, 5, and 6. There's no 1 or 2, because it would move really slow if it just kept getting 1, 2s, and 3s. But yeah, those just do what you want, or do what you expect. You just move that many amount of spaces. But then this is gray space, but you can take any one of these little gray walls, either on the side or that are already on the board, and put them in places to block your opponent. Like, I could put this there to block the opponent from going that way. Easy as pie. But then there's a black tile on the thing, on the die, which allows you to move the Minotaur 8. Where'd he go? Oh, he's still on the board. 8. Damn. Sorry about that. You have 8 spaces, 8 little studs. That's how all the characters move. If he comes in contact with one of the players, any of the players, that player goes back to the start, and so does the Minotaur. Make sure you don't forget the rule that the Minotaur goes back to start after you kill someone. Because I remember one time, the Minotaur was targeting me at first, and then I got attacked, and then he kept like waiting there until one of my guys came along, and then he kept killing them, so I couldn't really get to the base because the Minotaur was just stalking me. So yeah, in the center we have this kind of cool temple piece. This is doesn't have to do with the rules, but pretty cool. That's really it. The game is incredibly simple, definitely the simplest, with only really 3 actions on the die. Oh, also with the gray walls, you can't just completely block someone from getting to their goal spot, because you're not allowed to do that. Like, you can't just trap all 3 of the pieces in a little thing. You can't even trap 1. But I think you can trap the Minotaur. At least that's how we play. It doesn't really say. But, yeah, in the booklet it says when you play with 2 people, you must get 2 of your little guys into the center. And when you're playing with, it says when you're playing with 3 or 4 people, you have to get 1 of your guys into the center. I think with 2 people, and when you're playing with 2 players, getting 2 of your characters in is not enough. I think you should try to get. I think you should get 3 characters in instead of just 2, because the game seems too short and kind of boring. And also, if you just keep rolling like numbers, the game gets really boring. It just turns into a race to the finish, and who can get the most 5 and 6s. Because sometimes I just couldn't get walls, and I couldn't block my opponent, or I never got Minator or whatever. Like, and no one did for like several turns. We just kept walking to the center, and the rest is history. Yeah, but I also think for 3 and 4 players, 2 people I think is the best. Once we played with 3 players, where you have to get 3 of your guys into the center, but I think that took a little too long. I think you should do 2 players into the center when you're playing with 3 or 4 people. And I think you'll agree with me, because I think the game would be too short otherwise. So, this game definitely gets better with more people, because there's definitely more of a chance to get a wall piece, or a wall tile, or a Minotaur. And you can just be kind of a real jerk and just like keep trapping someone and completely block them from getting to their goal. Not completely, but like really block them, so they have to go all the way around the map. But something you might want to take note. This happens in a lot of LEGO games, where one player is incredibly far ahead. They have 1 person in, and the next person is on the way. When most people are pretty close to getting their 1 person, they just keep blocking that 1 player, and then like once someone else gets ahead. Like, say, once if the yellow player's doing really good, but then the blue players say just, hey, let's get him. And the blue player might try to sneak by you and do really good throughout the entire game. And, after you start blocking, you just completely block him, so he's just like, it's like he's doing worse than everyone. And then, like, once another character, the blue player gets really far ahead and the yellow player is kind of hindered still, they won't really go after him, because they still think that, yellow player is kind of, in the lead. But keep that in mind. That happens a lot of games, but just keep that in mind. Just saying. Keep that in mind, too. So yeah, some of the bonus rules that they tell you about Minatorus. First one is that you put a green tile on it. This little green tile, where if you roll that, you move 3 spaces, and you can move over the hedge pieces, like the lime green areas, and you can't stop on those. There's also, of course, ones like design your own maps, and that's pretty obvious. Just make a new maze and make it different than how it is right now. And then there's one called the Mighty Minator, which moves. Where he can move 12 spaces, or he can move only 5 spaces. Can the Minotaur jump over hedges too? It's up to you. I'm reading straight from the book. Harder game. Make it even harder to win. The first player to get all 3 heroes into the secret temple wins the game. Yeah, we did that one, because, reasons I gave earlier. And a bonus rule I came up with, we haven't used it yet, where the Minotaur can break the gray walls so you can get by. Like, you can try to have him walk over a gray wall, and then that can help, that can be really in your way. Then you have that Minotaur break the wall and hope that he doesn't kill you. Yeah, for some reason it also comes with 2 wrenches. 2 of these little wrench pieces. Most of them come with 1 to like take off the pieces of the die. But for some reason it comes with 2. I guess they thought that you would use this to get off the gray pieces, the gray walls, and they really didn't want you to lose a wrench, and then it would be harder to get those on, which is a crucial part of the game. So yeah, now let's get to the ratings. Cool factor, 3.5, very cool. The Minatorus is cool. The maze is cool. And you get a base plate, so 3.5 on that. Size, 3.5 as well. Very good on the size. It's a pretty big board. I'd say it's much more worth your it's much better of a size than like Atlantis Treasure or even the Harry Potter game. Mocking pieces, this one is really low. I'd say 1.5. Because what is there? There's the Minotaur, the Grey Wall pieces, the micro figures, and that's like it. Oh, you do get the base plate, but that's really it. Unless you're really desperate for like just green and lime green wall pieces, then there's not much mock piece value for this. And then play value, 5, because it's a LEGO game, and I usually give them 5. So yeah, overall I give it this game a 8 out of 10. Worth $34, $33. By the way, it's $25 to get. It's definitely worth the money. I'd say go out and get Minatorus. It's a really, really fun game. Not as fun as Harry Potter game, but it's still really fun. And that Minotaur, I forgot to mention this, but he can really like mess you up. He can really like just keep killing you, and you're like, I'm so close to the goal, and the Minotaur kills me. God, it's definitely the most frustrating out of the Lego games I've played. The second most frustrating would probably be the Harry Potter game, because all the players can just like gang up on you and then shove you towards the opposite corner once you have all the items. So yeah, see you next time for I don't know, probably Christmas reviews. That's what they're gonna be. No.